You have the power to change your life and you have the power to change everything, but it is about your mindset, your actions, and consistency. So here's some tips to allow you to be ahead of most and make the most of your life starting now. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pamela and today we are going to be talking all about how to grind in your 20s, how to get ahead of most people, and most importantly, how to have that tunnel vision with everything it is that you want to accomplish, everything it is that you want to do, because life is too short to not get the life that you deserve, to not get the life that you want, the life that you've always dreamed of. And with all of this success also comes sacrifice, discipline, consistency, doing all of these things that are not the prettiest, but we have to do to get to where it is that we want to be. And so in this video, I want to break down 6 tips to help you get there, because a lot of people have different thoughts when it comes to how you should spend your 20s. Some people say you should spend it building what you want the next 10, 20 years of your life to look like, while other people say you're only so young once, live it up. And I feel like there can be a really good balance of both to obviously enjoy your life, enjoy your youth, but at the same time work and show up every day, have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of both. So let's dive into the 6 tips. Tip 1 is learn every day and never stop. This has to be tip number 1, because a lot of people think that when you are done with school, as soon as you submit that last homework assignment, that you are all done with school, when in reality, lifelong learning is essential to not only be adaptable to things that are going on every day, because life changes every single day, but also to be ahead of people. That is something that not a lot of people like to focus their time on. People think that once school is done, it's done, but in reality, being in your 20s, that is the prime position. That is one of the best places to continue to absorb knowledge, whether it is in your industry or personal development, whatever it is that you want to learn or things that you are interested in, or maybe even things that you want to brush up on. Now is the time to continue doing that. So avoid having that I know it all mindset. Avoid having that I'm done with school, so now I can clock out mindset. You need to always continue to learn and have some form of education every single day, even if it is for 10 minutes. Have an open mind, stay humble, always be open to learning. And something that I really like to remind myself is to always be a student of life. This is a key trait that is going to help you grow, that is going to allow you to be in all of the rooms it is that you want to be in. Because if you are someone that just has the same knowledge in your mind from 3, 4, 5 years ago, what is it that you have learned? Are you being better with different areas it is that you want to improve in, or are you just the same person every single year? So you can do little things of learning every single day by just adding it into your daily routine. Make learning a part of your daily routine. Listen to different podcasts, read books, take free online courses, or attend workshops. 10 minutes a day for 365 days in a year can really add up. And there's this quote that I really like from Ariana Huffington, which is, I always see myself as a work in progress. I love this quote because it is very, very true. Always look at yourself or even things around you as a work in progress, because there is so much to learn. There is so much knowledge to absorb in this life and in this world, but are you actually going out there and doing it? Tip number 2 is build discipline over motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is something that comes and goes every single day, but discipline is really where it is at. That is what is sustainable. Discipline is what is going to help you push through, even on those days when it's cold and rainy, even on those days when you don't want to. Motivation is always going to fade, but it is about discipline, holding yourself accountable and showing up every single day. So you have to create these routines. You have to create these non-negotiable habits. And if you have trouble building habits or you don't really know where to start, I really recommend reading Atomic Habits. I read that either last year or early this year and I loved it. I want to reread it again because there are so many gold nuggets in that book, and I highly recommend getting the physical version. You can probably order it on Amazon Prime, get it tomorrow morning. I have so many highlights and post-its and things in that book because it is really, really great. But you're going to notice that over time, you're going to build these systems, you're going to build these routines, these habits, and you are going to start showing up and building that muscle of, I'm just going to show up every day without even thinking about it. It's going to be natural for you. And there is this quote that says, The greats do things even when they don't want to. That's what separates good from great. And the price for success is not something everyone is willing to pay. It changes daily. So with discipline, you can be productive consistently. You can do all of these things, but remember that you still have to show up every day. You still have to tell yourself, like, I can do this. Let's grind it out. Let's go to work. This is what is going to lead to that progress every single day. For example, if you want to run a marathon and you keep telling yourself, I'm going to train today, I'm going to run today, and you keep pushing it off and off and off every single day, by the time the day of the marathon comes, are you going to be prepared? Are you going to be ready? And this can be applied with everything else in life. You guys want the riches, you want the lifestyle, maybe you want the fancy car, the expensive bags. Are you doing things every day to lead you up to that lifestyle it is that you want? Are you doing things every day to get you closer to that dream or that goal it is that you want? If you are not doing little things every day, the time that day finally comes, are you even going to be ready? Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to have the mindset, the education, whatever it is for when all of those things finally come into fruition? So understand that a lot of people are always going to mix up talent with success. They're going to think that, oh, you need to have all these resources, you need to have all of these things in order to be great, to be successful. But as Roger Federer says, it's not about having talent, it's about having grit. And you have to remind yourself of that, because the amount of places you can go to, the amount of places you can reach involves being consistent every day and showing up. And that is a place that only few people will get to in their lifetime. So remember that luck doesn't happen. You have to put yourself in situations where luck can happen to you. That is a David Goggins quote. A lot of people think, oh, this person is so lucky because XYZ, all of these things happen to them. But are you seeing the early mornings? Are you seeing the late nights? Are you seeing all of the dark moments, the ups and downs of life that they were facing? Overnight successes are 10 years in the making. No one likes to realize that. Everybody wants the view, everyone wants the immediate gratification, nobody wants the climb. So build the discipline, and that is what is going to get you far in life. Tip number 3 is don't let an insecure imagination stop your potential. There is so much content, there is so much information that we are putting in our brains every single day, that we are letting our brains see. And as a content creator myself, I completely understand what it's like to scroll for fun versus scrolling and starting to compare yourself, starting to feel like you need to be on this level that this person is at because you guys are the same age or they're younger than you. Like, that is what can allow us to create these scenarios. That is what is going to allow us to keep having this constant fear, this constant doubt, having these what if situations play out in our head that can stop us from actually exploring our full potential and seeing what can happen. And I have a whole video on overcoming limiting beliefs, embracing failure, because you can learn so much from failure. There is beauty in the bad, but it is about accepting the good and the bad in life. That is when things really become beautiful. Flowers cannot grow without rain. There are going to be stormy days, but that is really when you grow. That is when you start to push through, and your 20s are a perfect time for that, to experiment, to take risks, to try new projects, do a new side hustle, switch careers, whatever it is. Your 20s are the perfect time for that, because you can learn, you can improve, you can start from scratch. There are so many things that I have done over the last few years, and I'm now finally in a point where I'm done with school, I'm taking content creation seriously, and I'm trying to see where can I go, what can I do with my life. I'm doing this business thing full time, I'm doing this content creation, social media thing full time. I'm like, where can I go? I have no ties to anything in terms of I have nothing to lose. I can try and see what can happen, and there's beauty in that. A lot of people are scared of failure. A lot of people are scared for people to judge them, for people to say, hey, I told you so. But those are the naysayers. Those are the people that are constantly going to be in the background, lurking, seeing everything that you're accomplishing, and they're still stuck in high school. They're still stuck in that college mindset. They're still stuck in whatever it is that they're doing. You're the one that is already ahead of them. You're the one that is already growing. So do not be the person that is constantly pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. And a female entrepreneur that I really love is Tara Bosch, and I've talked about her in previous videos, but she has said before, our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate, it's that we're powerful beyond measure. And this really sticks with me, especially through my day-to-day life, because like I said before, a lot of us think that we need these grand and big resources and tools to get somewhere, but we have everything we need right in front of us. And she's a great example of an entrepreneur that took calculated risks. She was given a life that she knew she wanted more from, and she had these really immense and intense mindset shifts that allowed her to start playing big, and now she has a business that was acquired for over $360 million. So whatever game you choose, give it your best. Whatever it is that you decide to do, give it your best, go all in. And the last tip that I'll leave you guys with is from a creator named Michael Pepper, who actually came up on my For You page this morning. So I knew I immediately wanted to share this with you guys, but he said, "Why are you scared of becoming everything you dream of? That vision that haunts you day and night. Aren't you tired of your current reality? Why are you scared of success?" And wow, did this leave me shook. As soon as I watched this, I had to save it. And I was like, I need to share this with you guys, because so many of us, we're not being consistent. We're not showing up every day. We have this fear within us, but why are we afraid of being successful? Why are we afraid of having an even better life? What are we so scared of that is on the other side, when there can be so much greatness as well? On the other side of fear is our greatest life. So shift your mindset, because once you change your energy, you can change your life. The person who always says bad things are happening to them are gonna have bad things happen to them, versus the person that wakes up every day with optimism. And that takes me to my next tip. Tip 4 is practice radical optimism. So on Google, if you look up radical optimism, it says radical optimism is a mindset that focuses on looking at the good in every part of life based on reason and evidence. It is a belief that you carry on and believe things will work out no matter how dire the situation may be. So Kendra Scott is another big example of a role model of mine, especially in the business industry. And in a video of her that I watched before, she says, "Optimism is such an important thing to me, especially in business, because we all go through tough times and we all have those moments where we're like, okay, this is bad or this horrible thing happened, but it's about separating that toxic positivity from optimism. Look at what you can control and how you can move forward in a positive direction." And she goes on by saying, "Lead by example, live by your core values. It's more than just words on paper or a wall. It's what you live by and what is important to you." And as I said before in many videos, I love Kendra's coming up story. I have her book, which I really want to read before the end of the year. And so with this, we have to learn that with the good comes the bad, but it is about separating what you can control versus what you can't. Good and bad things are going to happen, but look at how you can move forward and decide what you can control. You can control your mindset, you can control your attitude and your actions. As Ariana Huffington has also said, you have to live your life as if your entire life is being rigged to make things happen for you. And this adds to that same belief of radical optimism. Whether you are listening to positive affirmations every day, or journaling about things that you're grateful for, or only consuming uplifting content, you have the power to change you. You can really change your mind, and once you do this, it just is an absolute game changer. You realize you have the potential to pursue these big goals that once they felt out of reach, now you feel like you can actually do it. See the good in things, and opportunities and everything you want are going to flow to you if you just let it. There is this delusional quality that a lot of successful people have that I've noticed, which is that everyone has this belief within them. We all feel like, I can do this. I know I'm meant for something bigger. Yeah, I was born into this lifestyle or this bracket, but I know that there is something bigger for me. So even if you have nothing around you that is physically, mentally, or emotionally showing that your life is going to be really big, you have to continue to believe in it and know that it can happen. Wake up with the mindset of today is going to be a great day, and the day will be great. You just have to show up every day with that optimism, with that mindset, and things are going to happen. Things will play out for you in your favor. Tip 5 is learn that success is a slow process. So success is not something that happens overnight. Like I told you guys, every overnight success was 10 years in the making, because everyone wants the money, the cars, the lifestyle, the riches, but what are you doing to get there? Develop patient urgency, work hard and show up every day, but know that it is going to take time. Everybody wants the view, nobody wants the climb. Everyone is jealous of what you have, but not how you got there. Embrace your own process. You were born you were born with this life. No one else on this earth is like you or looks like you or is you in any way, shape, or form. You are your own unique individual person. You can go out there and do something amazing. Embrace that process. Embrace that you are on your own journey to whatever it is that you want. Celebrate progress. Don't just focus on the end goal. Look at little wins and keep track of them. Something that I like to do is post on LinkedIn to my network when really cool things happen or I get really cool opportunities. Like for example, earlier this month, I was one of 8 creators in the New York/New Jersey area that was invited invited to an event at the LinkedIn office in the Empire State Building. When they told me that I was one of 8 creators in that entire area that was invited, I obviously felt very grateful, very cool, very like I'm doing something right, and I'm gonna keep showing up every day because my name is being talked about in rooms that I have never even stepped foot in. And when I got that invitation, when I got that email, I honestly thought it was fake, but then I realized no, like I am doing something right and this is meant for me. And so if I would have never started posting content 4 years ago, how would I have known that 4 years later I would have been getting emails from LinkedIn saying, hey, we want you to come to our office for this workshop? And Kobe Bryant says, when you find that thing you love, then life makes sense. You wake up in the morning and life makes sense. And this quote could just honestly make me cry because Kobe Bryant was someone that was so inspirational and truly just a gift of a human being with his words, with his actions, with his influence. And he has also said before, it's scary to have dreams and accept the dreams because you're afraid that if you put your heart and soul into it and you fail, then how will you feel about yourself? But it's about being fearless, putting yourself out there and going for it no matter what, not for anybody else. So I'm telling you guys, success is slow. It is going to take time. It's not going to happen tomorrow or the next day or even next year, but it is worth it. The time is going to pass anyway. So why not just keep going and keep waiting to see if this is going to happen to you, because it will. The last and final tip for today's video is number 6, which is build your personal brand, network, and community. So in today's world, obviously things are changing all of the time, but having a strong personal brand, whether it's through social media, your blog, LinkedIn, etc., whatever it is, having a personal brand is incredible because you can share your knowledge, you can share your insights, you can build your community. And by consistently showing up every day, by sharing your expertise or your thoughts on certain things and your personality online, you are going to see that doors will open up for you. Opportunities are going to flow in and you are going to be in the rooms that you deserve to be in. And because, like I said before, your name is in rooms that your feet haven't even touched. So why not keep going? Why not keep waiting and seeing what will happen, what can happen to you? But the only way that you will ever know is by building your brand, building your community, getting started, showing up every day, taking action, and remembering that your network can get you far. Who you know and who that person knows and who that person knows can get you so far in life. There's been so many opportunities and things that I've randomly gotten through LinkedIn because I saw a message on there or someone messaged me or I saw a post and immediately that just got me somewhere, and then that person reached out to this person, they connected me with them. Like, there are so many things that have happened simply because of my network or the people that I know. And for example, even the LinkedIn opportunity, getting to go to their office at the Empire State Building, if I would have never started building my audience online 4 years ago, if I would have never started meeting people in real life and going to events and connecting, I would have never started getting these opportunities that I never would have thought would have ever happened to me. Like, I'm a girl from a small town in New Jersey that is now getting invited to speak on panels. I'm going to events in the Empire State Building. I'm working with billion-dollar companies. Like, all of these things that are happening to me are not just overnight successes. It's not just something that I woke up one day and I started getting all of these emails right into my inbox. I knew that if I showed up every day, even when I didn't see results, that day or the next day or the following year, I knew that one day down the road it was going to pay off. And slowly things are starting to pay off because I know there is a bigger dream down the road and it's waiting for me, and only I know what that dream is, but every day I am working towards that. And there's a quote from Spider-Man that I really like from Uncle Ben, which says, you owe the world your gifts, you just have to figure out how to use them. So I'll leave you guys with some last minute pieces of advice, which is be careful who you are around, who is draining your energy, who is constantly negative, who is constantly complaining, who says that they're going to do stuff but never does it. Be careful what content you engage with, what content you're putting into your mind and your brain. Be aware of everything that you do and your surroundings, because we don't realize just how much those little things can affect us. So if you're around people that are doing the opposite of what it is that you want to do, or are living the opposite life of what it is that you want, then reevaluate your circle, look at your environments, figure out, is this really who I want to be? If you're around those who love to live in an idea world, they have all these really big and grand ideas, but they never actually do anything, they never take action, or they do things for a short period and then they're looking for their next fix and then they want something new, you have to be careful. Remember that your life is yours, you only are living it once. influence, so you have the power to do everything it is that you want to do. If you don't want to be around this environment, or you want a new career, or you want new friends, or you want a new relationship, you have the power to do that. But you have to remember, like, think about the bigger picture. Don't just think in short term, think long term. What do you want your life to look like 3, 4, 5 years down the road? But start taking action now and know that everything is going to take time, but it is going to happen for you. That is all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. These are all some tips on things that I have personally learned over the last few years, but also things that I am taking in and just now starting to implement into my own life, because like Ariana Huffington said, I look at my life as a work in progress. Every day, I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to learn more. I want to constantly be upping myself and one-upping what I was yesterday, who I was yesterday. And I'm grateful for that, because not a lot of people are ever going to experience these mindset shifts. A lot of people are always going to be stuck living in high school, in college. They're going to stay stuck in situations and things that have happened to them in the past. But are you growing? Are you going and having that tunnel vision? Are you working on what it is that you want? Because you only have one life. You have to live it. And I really love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me. You guys are the best. And I wish you an amazing, amazing rest of your week. Bye.